Okay, good evening to you all. Today is our week three of this, or beginning of week three of this IT or nationwide graduate IT employability skills bootcamp. And this bootcamp is going to last for about 10 weeks, and today is the beginning of our week three. So, like always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the entire week. So, we'll have a recap on your week two. That is what you covered last week. And in this week, today, we are going to have introduction to Microsoft Excel. So that's what we are going to look at. And after that, then we'll talk about what you can do with Microsoft Excel. And then we'll go and start looking at Excel interface, table customization, formula and functions, simple arithmetics, percentage, question and answer. Then we have conclusion and we call it a week. Yeah, since these are weeks outline. So we'll cover all this among other things in this. So it's going to be a very big class. So get your, what do we call it, sheet of paper and write all what you can so that you can practice after. Okay, because I can't promise you the recording of this class. Let me tell you this. I have lots of classes that I didn't even finalize the videos. I didn't send it to anybody. A lot of classes are on my head. So if you said you wait for this class to work, maybe wait for it. Believe me, you will be removed in the group next week, Friday, when you were asked to do the assignment. So pay attentively, understand what we are going to do today as much as you can, write over you can, follow along, and believe me, you will not be removed. Okay, so let's have introduction or a recap first before introduction of your last week. I believe last week Ahmad covered shortkeys with you in Microsoft Word, and he also covered how to insert shapes, pagination, page break, session break, advanced pagination, table of contents, and lots more. That's what you covered yesterday. And I even shared the video with you, which I believe you all watched the video, and yeah, we did assignment based on that. So let's have introduction to Microsoft Excel. I'm not going to define what Microsoft Excel is all about. It's just to tell you what Microsoft Excel can do for you. So Microsoft Word is just a software that is out of the Microsoft Office suites or package, which contain a lot of software inside the package. So we have Microsoft Word inside it, Microsoft PowerPoint inside it, Microsoft Excel among the files that are all the software that are under the Microsoft Office too. So we have the group, the publisher, the Outlook, the OneNote, and lots of them, about 11 of them, they are all inside that single package. So Microsoft Word is part of them. You can do a lot of things with this Microsoft Excel, which that's what we'll just look at. Calculation is part of the things that you can do in Microsoft Excel. Even though some people will say Microsoft Excel is meant for calculation. No, it's not mainly meant for calculation. You can do a lot of things in it apart from calculation. Even design, you can do custom, do some designings inside Microsoft Excel. Yeah, when you reach that advanced level of it, you can even go there and create some designing. You can create ID cards, report sheets, a lot of things inside Microsoft Excel. So you can do a lot of things. Data entry is one of the things also you can do inside it. So you can do data entry with it. Not necessarily you use Microsoft Access for data entry. Of course, you can use Microsoft Excel for data entry. You can even create a very customizable form. As you are writing, everything is arranged, everything is analyzed, everything is automated. You can definitely do that in Microsoft Excel. Sorry. Why do we reach there? Okay, here we are. So then, of course, you can also do data analysis inside it. So data analytics things and processes is one of the things you can do inside Microsoft Excel. So I say data analytics, not only data analysis you can do inside it. You can do a lot of things. Data wrangling, data processing, data transformation, and a lot of things you can do it inside Microsoft Excel because you can do a lot in it. Okay, another thing in it, you can create data visualization with it. All this, the reason why I'm telling you this data entry, the calculation, and the rest, there are lots of softwares that are meant for that purpose alone. So there are softwares that are meant only for that. For example, let's say Google Form. ODK, ComCare I meant only for data entry, data collection. That's all what they are. So you can use Excel to do that also. Calculation, there are softwares that are only meant for calculation. A lot of softwares, data, MedCalc, a lot of softwares are meant for calculation, so you can do it that also in Microsoft Excel. Data analysis or data analytics processes, there are many softwares for that. Excel, you can do it. Data visualization, Power BI, Tableau, and other libraries in Python are meant for data visualization. So you can also create data visualization uh, in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so automation is part of the things you can do inside Microsoft Excel. So you can automate a lot of things. And many things I put ETC because there are many, many things you can do in it, which, one cannot even mention. So it's a very, very big software that you can do a lot in it. And you need to learn much in it. That's what we are going to learn uh, today. Okay, so after saying all this, I think the next thing we are going to look at is to look at this interface of this Microsoft Excel. So this is the logo of Microsoft Excel, the updated logo that they are using. They have different logos previously, but this one is the updated. So let me open my Microsoft Excel. I don't know the one you are using, but I'm using the latest version, which is 365. So I don't know which one you are using. So, but anyone you are using is going to look the same. I'm sorry, I will reshare my screen with you again. So anyone you are using is all the same. Don't worry, don't mind yourself. All what we are going to teach you, believe me, even if you are using Microsoft Word 2000, Excel 2003, you will still see the same things, I believe. We are not going to talk about things that are not maybe with you there. So this is the interface of Microsoft Excel. So if you look at it, it just looks like this. All the Microsoft Excel version looks like this. So you see A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3. You see all these grid lines here. You see the menu bar. That's it. So you all know what menu bar is all about. So we're not going to teach you menu bar again since you learn menu bar in Microsoft Word. Yeah, you were told menu by Microsoft Word. There you see home, insert, all these, the reference and all that are there in Microsoft Excel Word. So now in Microsoft Excel, the same. We have home, inside, page format, formula, data review, and everything all are under that. So if you see here, if you click on this is the formula bar. So whenever you hear formula bar, this is where formula bar is. So whatever you write here is going to appear here. So that's what we call formula bar. So I'm just telling you much about this. So for this A, B, C, D, E, so these are the columns. So this is column A, column B, column C, column D, column E, column F. That's what column is all about. So when you come to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this, these are the rows. So we have row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So in Microsoft Excel, you only say uh you only say row 1, column A. You can't say column 1 or column 2 or column 3 or column 4. No, you only say column A, column B, column C, or you say row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. So this is it and in the interface. So saying row and columns, let me just explain this row and columns for you in Microsoft Excel. So for the rows, this 1, 2, 3, as you can see, they are here forever. Whatever you are going to do, they are here to guide you. The A, B, C, D also are there to also what? Guide you. So for the rows, we have 1,048,576 rows. This 1, 2, 3, as you can see. If you go down, go down, go down, go down, or you just hold your control down key, it will definitely show you 1,048,476 rows. That's the number of rows we have in Microsoft Excel and in single sheet of Microsoft Excel. Don't worry, I'll talk about what sheet is all about and you will know about it. Now I'm telling you the number of rows. So these rows are many. There are plenty. So you can write about 1,048,577. If you continue 576, you continue like that. For the columns, these columns, as you can see, we have 16,384 columns. These columns, we have A, B, C, D. If you hold your control keyboard here, it will take you to the last column. This column, the last one with it, XFD, is 16,000, is column number 16,384. So we have a lot of things in Microsoft Excel. It's very big, so it can take all the information of Nigerians, I think, including a lot of things. So that's what these columns and rows, how big they are inside a single sheet of Microsoft Excel. So speaking of sheet, I told you we have a sheet. This is sheet one. So in other version of Microsoft Excel, whenever you open this file, you will see sheet one, two, three already created for you. So you have a sheet one, sheet two, and sheet three, sheet four. You can create up to 255 sheets inside single file that you have. So let me explain this sheet for you. So for each single sheet, you have these millions of rows and thousands, tens of thousands of columns in single sheet. So if I click on this plus sign, I will create another sheet and it will have the same feature that this sheet has. So I can create another one to have sheet three. I can create another one, sheet four. So one thing about all this sheet, you can rename your sheet. So for this sheet, I can just double click on it and you can rename it. I can call it introduction, for example, or I can call it dashboard. Like this, I will just press enter, or I can just right click on it and click on rename. Maybe I'll call this one data. I'll press enter. For this sheet three, sheet two, maybe I'll rename it. Maybe I'll call it file and I'll press enter. So like that. That's how you create all this in Microsoft Excel. And if you want to click delete a sheet, right click on it and just click on delete, then it will be deleted. That's all you deleted the sheet. And if you want to move it, you can move it here. You can move it backward or you can move it forward. All these are the sheets that you can create inside Microsoft Excel. And this sheet, like I told you, you can create about 255 of these sheets in single file. The file of what do you call it? Excel is what we call workbook. It is called workbook. So you will hear worksheet and workbook. So normally it's book. That way, whenever you open it, you will see book one here. That's the name of the Excel file normally. So since you are working with it, it's a workable book. So we call it, it is called workbook. Then for the sheet, normally the name is sheet. That's why you will hear people calling it worksheet. So that's how it is. That why some people are calling Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. That's what some people are calling it. They call it spreadsheet. So normally when you hear spreadsheet, people are referring to Microsoft Excel. So don't get confused. But there is difference between Microsoft Excel and Google Sheet. Please don't get confused in that too. So Google Sheet is nowhere close to what Microsoft Excel can do, but they are similar. So like Microsoft is the how can I even great grandfather of Google Sheet. But yeah, Google Sheet imitate Microsoft Word, Excel. They imitate Microsoft in some extent. And yeah, you can do some things, a lot of things in Google Sheet that you can do in Microsoft Excel. But there are lots and thousands and millions of things that you cannot do in Google Sheet that you can do in Microsoft Excel. So this is it. I think I talk about the worksheet, I talk about the workbook, I talk about the interface in brief. So let's continue talking about this. So these grid lines that you are seeing, all these rectangular boxes with just these gray lines in it. Don't worry, it's just like Microsoft Word. Thank God you all work with Microsoft Word. You see the how blank it looks like. So that's how Microsoft Excel also looks like. If you go to view under view and you untick this, wait, hold on. Where are we? Yeah, you tick on this grid line. Sorry. Just untick this grid line. When you untick the grid line, you see it just look very wide. That grid lines are gone. So it's just there, the lines are just there to guide you. In order for you to understand there is difference between cells that are within Microsoft Excel. So speaking of cells, what are cells in Microsoft Excel? Cells are all these boxes that you are seeing. I'm clicking on each. Whenever I click somewhere, I click on one. And each of these cells has a name inside Microsoft Excel. Each of these has a name. And to get the name or the reference, that's what we call cell reference, or you call it cell designation. To know the cell designation or cell name or cell reference of any box inside Microsoft Excel is to know the intersection of what? The intersection of columns and rows. So when you have the intersection of columns and rows is what will give you the name or the designation of a particular cell. So I already told you what column is all about is the alphabetical numbers or figures, while the rows are the numbers, numeric values that we have. So whenever you click any box, if you click on it, if you look at the column where it falls under, for now I click here, you see it falls under G. So when it falls under G, then you come to row, then you see it falls under 15. So we call it G15. That's the name of this particular cell. So when I click here is G5. When I click here is E4. When I click here is D18. When I click here is A10. When I click here is M12. Please don't get confused with all these A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, 4. They are there to guide you. Whenever you want to maybe print or you are using your data, don't get confused. For example, here I can come and create header. For example, here, so don't get confused. Already A1, B1, C1, D1, G1, H1 are taken. So when you started doing your works, it start from maybe A2, then you continue like that. That's how it works in Microsoft Excel. So now you know what this cell and cell designation is all about. Okay, so the next thing we will discuss about, I think, is to teach you what okay, Kuso in Excel. Let's look at Kuso in Excel. There are lots of features of Kuso in Excel which you need to learn. Thank God you learn Microsoft Word, like I said, so you know how to highlight, you know how to do some things with your Kuso. So let me show you what this Kuso is all about inside Microsoft Excel. So let me just zoom it a little bit so that you can see it very clearly. Okay, so now this cursor that I'm shaking, all this that you know is cursor, that what the pointer, that what the cursor is all about. So there are a lot of features of this cursor, about 7 or 9 of them in Microsoft Excel that you can use, or whenever the cursor show you that features, it means something else. Number one is when this cursor turn into this white plus sign, you see now it looks like white like this. You see it's just white something, white plus like this. Whenever it shows this, it means you are about to highlight. So when you hold your left click and you drag maybe across the cells or me like this, you see I'm highlighting. So you see there is color that I highlight this particular cell. Maybe I want to highlight A to E and to maybe 8 like this. So I'll just highlight here and come down here like this. So it means I highlighted this. So that means I'm highlighting. So this is highlighting. Please understand what highlighting is all about. That's the first thing you need to learn in Kuso. So when your cursor didn't turn to this color, for example, now I click on this cell, maybe my cursor turned to this black. You see this black plus that is turned into, you see, let me show you. When I come to the edge bottom of this box, that is this cell C5, you see, it turns to this. You see it turn to this. So when you hold left click and you drag like this, either horizontally or you drag vertically. So this is what we call dragging. So when you hold your left click, when your cursor turn into that, you hold left click, is you are dragging. So you can drag horizontally and you can also drag vertically. So understand that that's the second feature of this cursor. So the next thing is when you are so when you click on any cell or any like this, you click on any cell, maybe I click on this D2. So when I come here, my cursor will turn into at the middle, bottom middle of it, or like this, or like this, anything middle edge of it, it will turn to these 3 arrows. You see, we have up, forward, and backward. So whenever you have this, your cursor is telling you you are about to drag. You are about to drag. So whatever is inside here, I'm about to drag it. So let me just show you a little bit example of all what I'm just telling you. For this, let's have something here. For this is the highlighting. I already showed you that. For the dragging, when it comes to this and you hold your left click, you drag, you are duplicating. That's what dragging is doing in Excel. You are duplicating whatever is inside your cell. You are duplicating it. So I can duplicate it horizontally or I can go vertically and duplicate it. You see, one power pull of Excel, that's it. So I can continue like this. It will keep creating the same number that I have here. If I turn it to, for example, 20, so now I can create this 20, I can do it here. So you see, when I write 20 here, I have to click enter to go out of the cell and go back. Then I drag, sorry, then I come to the edge, I drag down. it's still the same. I come to the edge also and I drag vertically. So it creates 20, 20, 20, 20 for us. If I want to highlight all this and delete it, just highlight everything like this and click delete, not backspace. Now you have to click on delete from your keyboard. That one will get rid of all this. So that's for the highlighting. And for the dragging, let me just click 20 again and go back to the cell. If I want to, for the move, if I want to move, now if I come to this, I want to move this 20 to this. So you see, I move this 20 to this A5. Maybe I want to move it to from A5 to F1. I move it from F1 to B8. So that's how you can move things from Excel, from this to this. And also you can move different cells. So now maybe I have all these numbers like this. I have to highlight them all. If I highlight them, if I want to move them, I can come to the edge. When my cursor turn into this arrow, I can move the entire number into anywhere I want them to be. You see, this is moving. Okay. So the next thing after highlighting, dragging, moving, then we have selection of rows, the entire rows. If you want to select the entire rows, you come to the middle of the number of the row. You see your cursor will turn into just forward arrow, black forward arrow like this. When you click here, you highlighted everything, all the rows. All the 16,000 rows, you highlighted them. So if you want to delete a row, that's how you delete an entire row. So now, for example, if I have A, or maybe if I have yeah, let me say A, B, C, D. I want to remove this row. So all I need to is to right click and just click on delete. Then I get rid of it. I deleted it. So I deleted the entire row. So that's for the selection of row. So for the selection of column also, it will turn into this down arrow. You just click here, you select it, you click here, you select it. And for the row also, like column. So I can select 2 or more columns to delete them. And I can also select 2 or more rows to delete them. So I can right click and delete all these rows, 11 of them. I can delete them and I can also highlight all these, right click and delete them all. So that's another thing that you can do with so in Excel. The next thing we are going to talk about is how to increase the width and height. So how to increase the width of your column is to come to the edge end of the column like this. Your cursor will turn into this forward and backward arrow. You see, that's how it turn into. When you hold your left click and you move it forward, you are increasing it. When you hold it, you are decreasing it like this. So you can increase it and you can decrease it. Increase and decrease. That's one thing about it. Another thing for this cursor also is to increase the height. So to increase that, you come here to the edge of the bottom of the row. You see your cursor will turn into up and down arrows. So when you hold it here, you can increase the height and you can also decrease the height like this. So you hold your left click and you hold your left click to take it up or to take it down. Another thing you can do with for your cursor also is whenever we want to sorry. Okay. So another thing that we'll look at in this issue of this cursor is to look at how to insert a row and the column. So I show you how to create the width, the height. So let's look at how to insert a new column and new row. So for example, let's say I have A, B, sorry, B, C, D. So here I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's just have it here. So now if I want to insert a new column, I already show you how to delete a column and row. You know how to delete a column and row already. Okay. Whenever you want to insert a new column, then you need to come here and right click. Of course, the way you select it, right click it and click on insert. It will automatically insert a column for you, new column for you. You see this column, we didn't name it. It inserted a new column for us. But let me explain this to you. Columns are inserted from the left hand side. Understand this. Columns are inserted from the left hand side. And any number of columns you highlighted is what will be inserted for you. So now I just right click on one and click here. It insert a columns for us like this. And we have a columns like this from the left hand side. Let me delete the two. So now if I want to insert two columns at once, then I have to highlight C and D. The new columns will be inserted in between B and C. Now if I right click and click on insert, we have new two columns here like this. So that's how to insert a column. So you can insert two or more columns at once, but make sure whatever you are inserting, it has to be inserted from what? From the left hand side. And for the rows, if you want to insert a new row, let's say I want to insert a row, I'll just right click here and click on insert. Of course, it will insert a new row for us. And take note, rows are inserted from the top. Rows are inserted from the top. I want you to insert maybe a number. Maybe I miss, when I write 4, I miss 3. So I have 5 here, I miss 3. I want to insert the 3, then you need to right click on 4. So now if I right click here and click on insert, it will create new column between 2 and 4 for us. Then I'll write my 3 there. That's all. If I want to insert two or more rows above or in between 2 and 3, then I will highlight 3. For example, I'll right click and click on insert. Then it will insert 3 columns for us. If I want to delete them, I'll highlight them all and I will delete. I'll only show you how to select columns and rows. So that's something that I know why I show you that, and this is how you can use it. So that's it. So you understand how to do this. Okay, the next thing we are going to look at is we are going to look at yeah, let's look at tables. Let's look at tables. So we want to create a table in Microsoft Excel. You know, I already told you all these grid lines are of no use. Okay, let me bring back this and confirm to you these grid lines are of no use. Let me click on print preview. So if we print preview this A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, this is how we are going to print it in printer. It's going to look like Microsoft Word, blank white A4 paper. Like this is how we are going to print it. A, B, where are the grid lines? They are just like that. I already show you they are just there to guide you. So they are of no use. So let's highlight everything and delete it and let's create a table so that we'll learn how to create a table. So to create a table possible, you need to get the header that you want. Please make sure you write all the header that you want. That's number one thing that is the best practice. Okay, I'll just say serial number. Maybe I'll say product ID. And I will say after product ID, maybe I will say store name. Store name, I'll say location. Maybe I will add price. Yeah, maybe I'll add product price unit or unit price. Okay, let me say unit price. Sorry, let me say unit price. Let me say unit price. Let me say quantity total. Okay, so let's just create something like this, and we want to create a a table. So to do that, after you create all these header as your header, don't worry about anything. All you need to is to highlight. Let's say how many rows do you need? So let me just decrease the size. Okay, sorry. I know you cannot see it. So sorry. Let's make it 150. I think it's okay. So let's say we need about 15 rows of this. So I'll highlight all this up till this. Don't worry, I selected to 16. You know the reason why is because row 1 is already taken. So I have to go to 16 since row 1 is taken. So it's definitely we are going to have 15 product minus row 1. So don't worry, that's why we need to highlight it. So when you highlight all these cells that you want to work with, don't worry, even if you have extra cells, maybe as you are working you have other cells, you just keep adding, inserting and do all this that we are going to do. So but don't worry, but this is the best way to do it whenever a data is given to or whenever you want to start a work, start with this. So when we do this, you highlight everything, come here, please come under here. You see, just click on this all borders. You see all borders. You see, click on all borders. It's going to put a border for you across all this. Don't worry, we're not yet done with this. But yeah, we inserted the table. That's what we want. We inserted the table border. I know some of you will say, yeah, there is a way of inserting a table. I'm not showing you that way. And I have my reason for that. Don't worry. You know it, go and use it. But I'm not showing you that. This is what I'm showing you, and this is what I'm showing my student, whatever I'm teaching them. This. So, but yeah, this is the way. So when you put this, the next thing we are going to learn now after inserting this. So now when we go to print preview, you see, we are going to have the table border. You see, now we have a table exactly not like before. So the grid lines are gone, but we have our own grid lines and we have our own borders. So this is how you create a table. But let's look at table customization. You must learn how to customize a table, and you know how to customize a text in Microsoft Word. All the font size, font style, alignment, and everything is exactly the same in Microsoft Excel. The only difference is in Microsoft Excel, they have three additional alignment that Microsoft Word doesn't have them. In Microsoft, then we don't have such alignment. Here we have center, we have right alignment, and we also have middle. But we also have other alignment in Microsoft Excel. So now you see we have left, right, and this. But in here, we have top alignment, we have middle alignment, we also have bottom alignment. So apart from that, you are left, right, and center that you have in Microsoft Excel, Control L, E, and R. So in Microsoft Excel, we have other alignments. We have top alignment, bottom alignment, and and center or middle alignment. I'll show you what you can how you can all use them. But let's look at this customization. Let's do it. So I already highlighted everything. So first of all, I'll just turn it to maybe Times New Roman. Maybe I'll leave it to 12 or 14, whatever you want. Yeah. So I will increase the width and height is all part of the customization of table. So I will decrease the serial number like this. I'll increase the product ID or I'll make it this. All this, I already show you how to increase the height and the width. So we are only touching the width. Normally, I'm not touching the height, but if you want to touch the height, go ahead and touch it. But let me touch the height and I will show you something. Or the reason why I touch it, I will show you that. So I'll just touch the height like this. I will increase this. I'll increase this. I'll increase this. I'll increase this. Don't worry, you can increase this the way you want so that your table will look fine and the way you want it to be. So another thing is that this customization, I'll highlight all these big ones. I'll make them bold. And yeah, I'll put them center, but I'll show you that other top alignment, bottom alignment, and the rest that I show you. By default in Microsoft Word, everything is on bottom alignment. So what it means by this bottom alignment, even though it's at the center, but it's at bottom alignment, everything is at the edge bottom of the cell. You see, serial number is under the edge bottom. You see, this is the bottom, bottom, bottom. All of them are at the bottom. I can make them to be at the top. Look at them. Now they are at the top alignment of the cell. Okay, so now they are at the bottom, now they are at the top, and we can make them at the middle. You see, they are at the middle alignment. They are not touching any edge of the cell. So that's one thing that this issue of alignment is in Microsoft Excel. So I can make them at the middle, but they are at the I can make them at the center, but they are at the middle alignment. So that's what it's all about. So we have this center alone, and we have left, we have right. Okay, let me highlight them all. We have left, we have right, and we have center. So we have top alignment, bottom alignment, and middle alignment. So that's all for the customization. And also for this, you can highlight everything like this. You can do whatever you want to do for the text that are here, and the rest, that's on you. You can do it. So normally I highlight everything here, and I put them at the bottom, middle align like this. So I want everything to be at the center edge of the cell. So that's all I think I can talk about when it comes to this table customization. I think that's okay. You learn something at least. So the next thing we'll talk about, we'll look at serial number. So let's look at serial number. We have much to cover and it's already 10:30. Oh. Yeah, so let's continue since it's a weekly class and let's continue. So we have a serial number. Let's learn how to create a serial number. So already you create your table and you need a serial number for this. So there are ways to do that. I'll show you two ways. That's the two ways I'm showing people. I don't want to confuse anybody because the other ways are related to other things which you didn't learn. Other ways, if you want to use the other ways, then you need to learn other functions and other formula to create other ways of creating serial number. So that's why normally I tell people there are many ways, but I teach them two at this beginner level. But the rest, yeah, you can go ahead and learn them on your own. So the next thing is just to write one and just go back, just get out of the one and go back to the cell. The way we do dragging, I teach you how to drag. So when you come here, just drag down. Drag up till the end of the edge. So whenever you drag, you see, I told you it always duplicated. So whenever you drag and you release your mouse, you hold left click and drag down, you release your mouse. It's going to create something like this for you. Click on it and just click Pill Series. Once you click Pill Series, it will create a serial number for you, 1, 2, wherever you stop. So I can put it at the center so that we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 up till 15. So we create a serial number. So even if it is 1 million, if I keep dragging, and I stop at normally anywhere I want to stop, just hold it and continue like this. It will stop at anywhere you stopped. So you see it stop at 360. So but don't worry, I don't want that 360. Let me stop at this. So let me hold my this control shift down and just click on delete and delete this. So I just want 15 like this. So that's for the one best method of this serial number. So let's get rid of this and I'll show you the second one. So second one is just to write 1 and 2. So when you write 1 and 2, then you highlight the 1 and 2. Then you come here and you hold your left click and you drag down and stop anywhere you want. It will automatically create what it will create serial number for you, because it will keep adding 2, 1. It will keep adding 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1 across all this, and it will create this for you. So that's for the serial number, but let's just leave the serial number. I think we want serial number like that. Okay. So after serial number, let me think, what do we missed? Okay. So I think we are good to continue. I think that's all what you need to learn at this juncture. I think let's move to, okay, let's talk about formula and function. That's the next thing I think we'll talk about. Then we did simple arithmetics, average. I didn't even say we are going to talk about average. So average is part of what we'll discuss, average, percentage, and then we call it a day. Since like I said, it's a weekly this thing. So definitely we'll look at that. Then we continue from there. Okay. So what formula are all about and what is function? What is formula? Formula is a mathematical expression using uh mathematical symbols, so that brings out a specific result or a particular result. So that's what formula is all about. It's the expression, and you use a mathematical symbol. You use is a plus sign, minus, division, multiplication, modulus, and all other mathematical expression that we use to get a specific outcome or result. That's what formula is all about. That's why you will see there are lots of formula of doing a lot of things. Yeah, you can name it. There are many formula. So that's what formula is all about. For the function is a predefined formula. That's what functions are. Functions are predefined formula. It's a formula, but it was predefined. It was already created and it was renamed or was given a particular name. All you need is to call the name of the function. When you call it, and it will execute whatever formula it was created or whatever formula is created under it. That's what function is all about. So those of you that are in programming language, I will always say this. If you are into programming language, you know how function works. In Python, when you say def, you rename the function, and then you open parentheses, you pass a parameter, whatever you want to pass in it. Then you come down and write whatever calculation you want to write, and then you go there and call your function. When you call the function, it will be executed, and that's how it works in all the programming languages, the Java, JavaScript, C, C++, and the rest. So that's how function is all about. So in Microsoft Excel also we have functions. So don't worry, I want us to restrict all this formula and function to Microsoft Excel. Please don't go anywhere. Even though in Microsoft Excel, there are lots of functions that we used in Visual Basics. You know, there is a Visual Basics that you can write in it, Visual Basic application, that what we call VBA. In being in Microsoft Excel, you can, write a lot of codes. Yeah, I have simple tutorial on some of this, but it's not that much. So, but the functions that we have in Microsoft Word are all formula that they are predefined formula. You can work with them. So the function are there. They have the names. You call them. You use them. Example, maybe average. The formula of average is total sum divided by total count. It will give you the average. But in Microsoft Excel, there is no formula of average. You can only, yeah, you can use the formula, but it's the function of average that is there. All you need is to call the average, you highlight the range of the data, and it will definitely give you the average. But you don't know the formula. How did it come about? It's already predefined inside the function average. And we have some formula. We also have a lot of function. We have addition and sum function, and we have a lot of function inside Microsoft Excel. So that's what we are going to look at. So you know now, you know what formula is and you know what function is. So whenever you use any mathematical symbol to do something, you know you are writing a formula. And whenever you use, you didn't use any expression, any mathematical expression in getting a particular result, you know you are working with function, not formula. So after saying this, I think the next thing we are going to look at, we are going to talk about simple arithmetics. So we are going to talk about simple arithmetic. Simple arithmetics, you all know what simple arithmetics are all about. It's just the addition. Okay, let me not even write the addition and all that. You know what are all about. So addition, we have the plus sign, we have subtraction, we have multiplication, the asterisk, and we also have division, forward slash. Sorry, the forward slash is the division. So these are the what we have for the simple arithmetic. So this is what we are going to look at. So, but yeah, so this is it. So now for us to apply this simple arithmetics, I think we need to. Okay. Sorry. I want to add something again here for us to get something. I just want to add something here. I'm sorry. Let me think. What can I add? Mm, okay, don't worry. I just want to do something. Okay, so let's start with this simple arithmetics and do something for the unit price, um, quantity. Okay, so let me just do something, please. I'm sorry. Let me create a simple data. I'm sorry. Don't worry. Let me just do something. Okay. Okay. So, this is it. Yeah, I think I need to have something. Let me create something here. Okay, so we have quantity sold, we have price, and we have what do we call it? I don't need to just I just want to create something simple, but it's just getting somehow. But it's okay, it's okay. So now let's start with I think let's start with what can we start with? Okay, let me do so. Ah, the way I want it to be is just looking somehow, but it's okay. So let's start with, I think, subtraction. Is it subtraction or what? Let's start with subtraction, please. Okay. So let's say, for example, we want to add, it's not this subtraction. I'm just thinking I want to create something. It's just somehow giving me something. Oh, okay. Let's just use anything, please. I'm sorry. Let's just use anything so that we just complete all this together and go home. So let's start with the addition. That's the first thing that we are going to do. So for the addition, sorry, I don't need to do all this. Just okay. For the addition, whenever you want to apply any function or you want to apply whatever you want to say, please write it in the comment section. I'm not allowing anybody to talk. You know that. So if you want to say anything, stop raising your hand. You just distract me. Just drop the text in the box. I will look at it and I will respond to you if it needs my response. So for the addition, whatever you want to apply it, like I'm saying, whenever you want to apply your a formula or a function inside Microsoft Excel, make sure you start by writing equal sign. So you start by saying equal sign in any cell that you want to get the result. So if for example I want to add um um sorry, I think I must create something related to this addition. I have to. Maybe let's say um March and April. Yeah, maybe let's say March and April. I'm sorry, I just want to create something. So let's say I just want to do this. I want to get the March and April maybe sales, for example. I want to get the total. So maybe I have the price here, that's what I have. So that's what we are going to add together. So it will help us to learn on and understand more about this. So you need to start with equal sign. You put the equal sign on that total. Then you call the name of the cells. So where March sales is and where April sales is what you need to call. So I already told you what cell designation is all about. So you say you look at where this March falls under, and you are only dealing with the row you are in, not any other row. This simple row. Don't worry, when we get the result of one row, it's like we get all the results. So don't worry about that anymore. So for this is I2 and J2. So I'm going to say I2. You can either write the name or you click on the data. So I can say I2, then I put plus sign, then I click on this to get J2. So it's all the same. You either write it by yourself or you kind of click on it. So we get the I2 and J2. So for the I2 and J2, whenever you click that, once your formula is okay, you will see your formula will looks like this. Then you press enter. So when you press enter from your keyboard, it give you the result, and this is the final result, which is 1,355. That's the result. So you already get your result. So one thing about this that you just call the name or the name of the cell where this data is. Even if you come here and change the data, maybe 20,000 plus this, automatically the data will keep changing dynamic like this. It will just keep working like that because you use the reference. Don't write what is inside the cell. Just write the name of the cell. You are not working with whatever is inside the cell. So after you get the data, all you need is to drag down. When you drag down, automatically you're going to get your result like this. So this is the result, and this is what you get across all cells. This is the answer of what you get, and that's what this addition is all about. So for the addition, you see, we use the plus sign to get that. And we have uh, sum function after addition. So let me explain this sum function to you. Sum function is a function, is addition function. So it's a predefined function of adding two or more cells together. Whatever number is inside there, you can create that. I'm sorry if assuming I'm teaching maybe, for example, Python, I can just open it and write, I can open the environment and write how we can create the sum function inside there. It's very simple, but also here we can do the same. So the function now is already created for us. So we don't need to do it. All we need is to call the name of the function. So let's say, for example, we want to know the total of all this money that we got. That is, we want to know this total across this number. We want to get the total down here. So we need to say equals to sum open bracket. So now in this, when you say equals to, you need to write the name of the function, which is sum. That's the name of the function, sum. So when you write sum, you will see the function, then you open bracket. So whenever you open your bracket inside this sum, the next thing you need to, you don't need plus sign, you don't need anything. All you need is to highlight the range where your data is. So all you need is to highlight this range. Just keep highlighting wherever it is and stop there. That is, it started from K2 to K17. So this is what is telling you here. K2, this column is the range. So K2 across K16. So this is where it stopped at sorry, not K17, because K17 is where we are writing the formula. That's where we want to see the result. So when you have your K16, then you close the bracket. So once you close your bracket and you press enter, it will give you the result. It will give you the total data of all this. So that's how it works. So now you get this result of this. So let me say this to you. We use this sum function in order for us to save time of writing plus 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 15 times. So that's why we use sum. Now we didn't write any plus. We already we just highlight the range and we get our answer. So that's why out of simple arithmetics, it's only plus that has function. All the rest, they don't have function, and we're going to treat them all now. And for this, one thing about this function or about this formula, even if I copy this and I paste it here, if I paste it here, it will give me the result of this data. That's exactly what I'm going to get. If I copy it here and paste it here also, it will give me the result here. I can also drag it vertically. If I want, I can drag or I can copy and paste. So I get the result of whatever is here, and whatever is here. So I can highlight it all and I can bold it because it's a result and it's going to look like this. So for the subtraction, we want to subtract. Maybe you want to subtract anything. Maybe let's say we want to subtract 20,000 from the total. Maybe this is where we want to subtract it. Or maybe we want to subtract uh 10 out of all the quantity that we have here. We want to subtract it from here. Or maybe we have quantity sold. So let me just create a data for quantity sold. Maybe I can say 1 to 15. So these are the data quantity that we sold. Maybe I want to remove sold by the quantity that we have. So maybe I can say equals to, we want to apply subtraction. So we say equals to G2. That's where the quantity sold is, quantity sold. So it's going to be, that is, yeah, the quantity we have because it's the highest number minus the quantity we sold. So that's what we want to do. So we want to see the quantity left. So it's going to give us 69 minus 10. It will give us 59. So we can click it here and it's definitely minus all whatever is here. It will minus it here and give us the result here. So that's how you apply the subtraction. Okay, so so let me do something here. So for the multiplication, for example, let's say we want to multiply whatever we have here, we want to multiply it by 2. That is whatever we have in April, we want to multiply it by 2 to give us May. So that's for the multiplication. So you want to say equals to whatever is here, that is J2, you click on it, or you write J2, you say J2, then you click on your asterisk. So J2 multiply by 2. So you write 2 like that. Then you press enter. So it's going to multiply whatever is inside here. It's going to be multiplied times 2 here. Then you can drag it down and you will get your answer. So it's going to look like this. So that's how you get the result pole multiplication. So it's very easy. The way we get one, that's how we will get all the rest. So for the division, so let me create another one and divide whatever we have here into 2. It will definitely give us whatever we have in April. So I'm going to say equals to this K2 divided, that is /2. So I'll press enter. It will divide it by 2 for us. So it will definitely bring us back to whatever we have here. So there is one thing that I will just show you before we move is issue of decimal places like this. Sometimes when you divide some things, it's going to give you a decimal number like this. So sometimes you want to remove the decimal places or you want to add up the decimal places. So to add decimal places, you need to click here to increase it. To reduce it, you want to click here to remove it at all. So that's another thing that I want to show you, and you need to learn how that works. Okay. So the next thing we are going to discuss about, which is the almost the final, okay, not final, second to the final, that we are going to discuss about is average. Okay, let's talk about average. Okay, I'm deleting this. We don't need it at all. So let's talk about average. Maybe you want to see the average of maybe of the cells. You want to know the average. I already told you the average. Let me delete this one also. I already told you what average is all about. I told you the average is the formula of average is total sum divided by total count. When I say total sum, I mean, for example, the total of all these numbers is this 860,000 is the total. So we say this total divided by the count of the numbers that are here. That one will give us the average or mean. So that the average. So these are 15 numbers. So when we say this 860,000 divided by 15, whatever number it gave us is the average value. So if you want to confirm that, let's just do it together and we get the average. So now I can say, let me come here and do it. Let me do it here. Equals to this number divided by 15. So these are 15. So I will say 15. Press enter. It will give us this 57346.333333. So that's the average. And we have average function. So for the average function, we need to say equals to average. So you call average. You see there is average. So just put average and open bracket. All you need is don't highlight this total, just highlight the 15 numbers. So when you highlight these 15 numbers without doing anything, just close your bracket and press enter. It will definitely give you the same result that we got above. So this is it. So we use the average formula to get the result, and we also use the average function to get the result. But don't worry, don't waste your time trying to use the average formula. Just use the average function, because for the average function, we don't need to get this total. We don't need the total at all. All we need is to highlight the numbers like this, and we'll get the average there. So that's for the average, and that's how you get the average. So the last thing we are going to discuss about is percentage. That's the final thing we'll discuss about in this week. So we are going to talk about percentage. So what is percentage? You already know percentage is the proportion of particular values, or the how something or how a whole is made up of. So that's what percentage is all about, to see the proportion. So whenever you want to see the proportion of something, you use percentage to see that. So maybe I want to see the proportion of this total. I want to see percentage based on this total. I want to see percentage on this. But let me explain the percentage formula for you also. Percentage formula is specific divided by total multiplied by 100. That's how it is. Specific divided by total sum multiplied by 100. Specific value divided by total sum multiplied by 100. That means this number is specific. This one is specific. This one is all these 15 numbers. Each one of them is a specific value. Then this is the total divided by this total. We already get the total when we are doing the sum. This is the total. So this specific divided by this total, when we multiply it by 100, it will definitely give us what? The percentage. So even in interview or anywhere you might find yourself, whenever you were asked for percentage, This formula should come to your mind. Specific divided by total multiplied by 100. Anything that is a specific out of that whole, you divide it by the whole, then you times it by 100, it will give you percentage. Please understand this. So let's apply the percentage and get the percentage. So when we say equal sign, this is the specific. So you click on this specific, or you write the K2. We divide it by this. That is, we divide it by what? We divide it by total. So we already have our total and we already have our specific. Now, in Excel, you don't need to put times 100. Just press enter. It will give you 0.0000. Don't worry about that. In Excel, to get that times 100 with the percentage sign, you need to come under this general. You see this, just click on percentage and it will give you this percent. So we already get 8%. So that's the percentage of this particular total match and apple, maybe the location and you product and whatever, it give you 8% out of this total. So the next thing you are going to do is to drag down, 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 down up till the end. It's definitely going to give you arrow. Let me delete this. Everything is going to give you this arrow. Why? Because let me explain this. In Excel, whenever you are dragging, it goes across the cells or the rows that you are dragging. So now, if you look at our formula, we have K2 and K17. Yes. When we come down, it will turn to K3 and K18. Of course, if you click in the formula, you see we have blue in K3 and we have K18. K18 is empty. We don't have anything there. But K2, K3 here, we need that K3 because we want the formula to come down. The way we drag all this total, the sum and everything, the way we do it, we want it like that. But we don't want this formula to go out of this particular cell of total. So this K17 that we have here where our total is, we want it to remain static. We don't want it to change. So even if we drag the formula, yes, we want other cells to change, but we don't want this K2 and we don't want this K17 to change. So that will bring us to how to lock a particular cell. Now you need to highlight this K17. Highlight it. We are going to lock the cell. The locking of cell, it means even if we drag, we lock the formula and we lock the cell. Even if we drag, it will not go out of the cell. So it will remain K17, even if we drag. So that's what it means. So now if you highlight it, just press F4. You all know F4 from your keyboard. So you press F4. If F4 didn't work, hold your Fn key, that is Fn key on keyboard. You hold your Fn key and you press F4. If that one didn't work also, don't worry. Don't worry. All you need to is to come before 17. Press dollar sign, put dollar sign. Before the K, that is before the column name, put dollar sign. Before the row number, put dollar sign. Then it means you lock it. So you press enter. Now if we drag, just all you need is to drag down. It's definitely going to give us all the percentage across even the total, because when you come to total, it's definitely going to give you 1, because this number divided by this number, it will give you 1. 1 times 100, it will give you 100%. So across all this, you are going to get 100% based on this. So if you like, you can highlight them all and increase the decimal places into 2. Then it will look like this. This is how your percentage is supposed to be, because percentage is a what? It's a continuous data, not discrete data. So this is it. And this is what we are going to cover in this class. So please practice this. Please practice this. And don't wait for your video. Go to my YouTube channel. You all have my YouTube channel. Check Koi Excel. That is Koi Excel videos. All these that we have treated in Excel, right from Excel with everything, the videos are there. You go there and watch the videos there. Go and watch the videos there if you like. Don't wait for this. Please, nobody should ask me for any video. I already told you right from the beginning of this bootcamp. I told you. It's not a must or compulsory that I must give you this. I have a lot of things to do. Some of you will not come to the class. You will start asking for video or recorded class. If you want the recorded class, go there. I believe you all do your jotting. You write all what you want to write. You write all you can. Please try to go there and do that. I have a lot of things to cover. I have a lot of things to do. So Don't wait for that. If I want, I could have just keep sending you videos. I have a lot of videos related to all this, but I don't want that. I want us to have live class together so that you can see it. I'll give you different examples, different everything and the rest. If you have a question related to this, please ask. Then I will explain. If you don't have any question, we wrap it up. Then we meet next week and you wait for your assignment. And your assignment will definitely come maybe tomorrow or by Monday, anything. You will definitely see your week 3 assignment. And I think after week 3, yeah, in your week 4, after your week 4, yeah, you are going for field survey. So you wait for the field survey, definitely. Yeah. So it's after week 4. So if you have a question, please go ahead and ask question. If your question I see is not even relevant or something like that, I will not even respond to you and we call it a day. Please go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead and ask your question if you have any. Someone was asking, is there a shortcut for Excel? Yeah, there are shortcut for everything in computer. There are shortcut for everything. But I don't teach such Excel shortcuts here in Microsoft. Excel. Because most of the Excel in most of the shortcut in Excel has to do with Alt and other they are very complex. If you like, go and learn them, but I'm not teaching you that. Someone was asking me how to insert images on diagram in Microsoft. What Microsoft? Microsoft is the name of company, and you're asking me how to insert images on Microsoft. And I don't even know what to say. How to insert images on Microsoft? What Microsoft? Microsoft is the name of company, for Almighty God's sake. Don't go and say all this. You are learning this. It's a Microsoft. You have to name the software you are referring to. Microsoft is the name of company. You say Microsoft World. It's not a world, it's word, not world. World means dunia. Please, please, please. That's not like we are wasting our time to do all this. It's Microsoft Word. It's Word. Okay. And I can teach you that the video is there. All the videos that we treated in on even how to insert image and everything is there. I think how to even put a signature. I show you how to do that. It's even there. You go and watch the video. The links are there with you. I don't know if you are following. Okay. Please, if you have any question related to what we discovered, what we covered, please go ahead and ask. Yeah, I know some of you understand or you did not. I know I already refer you to where you can go and learn. You can go and just learn. You can go and learn. Even though I don't want to even mention this, but yeah, you can learn, please. You can learn. You know what there are someone that I asked him to go and learn. He said I should download the video and send to him. You see, this is how our people are. But yeah, it's normal. So please, you go there, you learn there and the rest, and that's it. So I think this is where we are going to draw the curtain and call it a day. Have a wonderful dream and see you next week. Bye bye.